Try it again.
Mm-hmm.
So the stream should be different.
Mm-hmm. Testing, testing. Yeah, it's
It's working now.
producing audio now.
Fucking piece of shit, cock sucking motherfucking program. So we're back. Sorry. Let's take it from the top, I guess. Uh, John, you had a question that.
Yeah, one of the guys that I talk with on Twitter a lot wanted to know Deion Buchanan's status. He's out for the day, chest injury, so you don't want to play him anyway. And B, who'd have taken his place? It's a flex D spot. He has Kevin Byard, Jordan Whitehead, or Demarius Randall. I said that Byard has the highest ceiling, but he's the riskiest. He's like super boomer bust. Randall's the safest, but he'll get you his floor, but usually not much more. And Jordan Whitehead would probably be the best option if Justin Evans doesn't play again today. Sam, what do you got on that?
Yeah, I think that's the key is if Justin Evans plays. If he does, I'm not trusting Jordan Whitehead. I completely agree with what you just said there.
And what do we think about Deion Buchanan as rest of the season? I'm not about it.
I'm not either. I think, and I just forgot the names of the other two, Hassan Reddick and
Gerald Hodges.
Hodges are the way to go there. I just don't trust Deion Buchanan with his snap share this season. So,
yeah,
and Hodges had 67% of the snaps last week. Deion Buchanan was out, but the most snaps. I mean, Deion Buchanan played 100% of the snaps week 1. He played 73% week 4, and then 59% in week 9, and then he's just been up and down. 35% week 2, 17% week 11, week 10, 26% week 12. So I don't think you can trust that, and it looks like it's Hodges' job now that Bynes is out.
Right, and Hodges put up really good numbers and only 67% of snaps, and he'll have more snaps because Bynes. It's not like Bynes got injured on the first play last game. He played a little bit before going out, and then Hodges came in for him. So I feel like that's automatically more playing time right there.
Right, I completely agree. I mean, he had 10 tackles on 67% of the snaps, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's like almost Leighton Vander Eschmeinscheiser type production there. Speaking of which, how about them Cowboys?
Yeah. Yeah, all right. You want me to go on? I can go on full tilt here. I know
they're not
hit on Alvin Kamara.
Oh yeah,
was atrociously bad.
Well, Jerry pays the refs. You know that.
I was so upset. Like, I liked Jalen Smith until I saw that hit, and I was like, that was about as dirty as you can get.
Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call that. There was a lot of shit they missed that game. Of shit.
Oh, yes.
Both ways, too.
Respect to that defense, though. They looked really, really, really good.
The play that blew my mind, besides the fourth and goal stuff, was when Kamara caught that, whatever it was, swing pass or pitch on the outside, and had the clear lane to the end zone, and he's fast as shit. And then Jalen Smith caught him. I was like, holy shit, that never happens. That was crazy.
Yeah, that linebacking core is scary. And we can talk about that too. What do you do with Sean Lee now? I think you get worse by taking Vander Esch and putting him in the strong side, and putting Sean Lee back at his weak side spot.
Yeah, I hope they don't make that mistake, but I'm sure they will. So,
yeah. So we are back. Audio is sounding good. Did some tests and everything's good. So if you guys have any questions for your start sits, hit us up. We are here to answer those questions. We will hit on the inactives in a little bit. But till then, and if anyone could just send us any old message just to make sure all systems are go, it would be appreciated. And with that, let's Sam. So you messaged me this morning. You're starting a new podcast. Let's talk about this.
We are. So many of you have heard my voice on literally every podcast out there, or trying to be on literally every podcast out there. But I had a guy reach out to me, Eitan Mojia. He's at FF_WonderKid, asking if I wanted to start a offensive dynasty podcast with him. And sure enough, we are starting one. We actually recorded our first practice pod last night. We might be releasing it. I am still in the stages of editing it, but it's called Dynasty Diagnostic. You can follow the podcast at Dino Diagnostic. But the premise is that we're going to take people's dynasty rosters and basically judge them. And I'm perfect for this podcast because I judge everything all the time.
Super judgy.
Yeah. So, but we take your roster, we break down each position group, talk about some of the players, talk about what you may or may not need, and then kind of give you a grade of your overall roster. And we're going to do kind of that kitschy thing where it's like, oh, this roster, all it needs is a oil change, or you need to rebuild your motor kind of stuff.
You guys need to like take on the click and clack type of personalities almost. I think that would be really fucking great. You listen to Car Talk NPR?
No, I don't. But I'm going to now.
yeah, you really do. They had a successful radio show for probably like 40 years. I think they both just passed away. Did you watch Cars, the movie?
Yeah.
You know the broken down. I think they were oil car. It was some company that was sponsoring the Flash guy.
Yeah.
And it was two brothers. They were like broken down or whatever. That was them. Like,
really?
They had cameos in that movie.
Awesome.
I would definitely. They're fucking hilarious, and they're out of Boston. They were out of Boston. They had a garage there, and then just went into audio, went into radio.
And just talked about cars and what you could do to them.
Well, it was a call-in show, so you would call in. Obviously, it's not podcasting, so they were live, and you would just ask them a question. They would, go through with you, to try and figure out what the problem is, and then give you, an answer. But they did it in
awesome.
a very fucking hilarious way. Family-friendly, hilarious way.
Well, we'll see how family-friendly we are. Just be warned, and we'll be asking listeners for their rosters, and we will be judging your rosters and telling you how terrible you are in Dynasty Fantasy Football.
Nice.
Give Eitan a follow. That's at FF_WonderKid. Give the podcast a follow at Dino Diagnostic, and then we'll be asking for rosters at some point soon. Hopefully, I think we're going to be launching after the Super Bowl.
Nice. Yeah, it's kind of the time to start a new show.
Right.
This late in the season is probably not.
Oh no, people have fallen off, and except for the diehard dynasties and the guys who are actually in contention.
So we have an offensive question. DJ Quimbaya, Connolly, it's for his flex. C. Connolly or J. Adams. I have Clement just in case. This is all you, Sam.
Oh, that's real gross. I'm gonna say Connolly, but because it'll be Adams. I forgot who Adams was for a second, because he's just gonna get the carries. He'll get the snap share. Conley, I think their last game against the Rams was a farce. Not a farce, but you're not going to score 100 points against the Raiders. That game is not going to be the same game script. So Conley, I don't think will be worthwhile. And then Clement is just kind of a backup to Adams. So Adams is definitely the play there.
Gotcha. So from Twitter, we got Raymond. Or did we? We didn't hit this one, John, did we? Kevin Byard, Jordan Whitehead, Demarius Randall.
No, we did hit that one.
We did. Oh shit! Apparently, I'm not paying attention.
We did that at the start of the show. And just to reiterate, our answer was Randall safest, Byard riskiest, but could have the biggest day, and Whitehead the best option if Justin Evans doesn't play.
Mm-hmm. So we no questions out there. Please send us your start sit questions. I understand we had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. Maybe we just lost everybody and no one gives a shit anymore.
Well, there's 16 people in here.
Yeah.
Hello, people of the world.
I got one yesterday from Phil Rutherford, who's followed us for a long time. He can start 2 from the following 3 or 4 here, 4 or 5. He's got Tremaine Edmonds, Anthony Walker, Wesley Woodyard, or TJ McDonald. So 2 out of those 4. I told him definitely Edmonds. And I went with Woodyard, but he wants to go with McDonald, which I can't really argue with. He's been super hot lately. But I like Woodyard. What do you got? What do you guys think?
Yeah, Woodyard is, again, the guy that's getting the most snaps. I think the name of the game here is snap share, and then next is efficiency with that snap share or productivity. Woodyard's getting, and let me check on this real quick since he's been back.
It's been good. It's been 80 to 100 every week.
Yeah, so since his injuries, had 91, 83, 88, 74, and 100% of the snaps. And he's been productive while he's been at it. And I know this because I have him. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to get 6+ tackles, which I don't think you can ask for much more of a much more consistency. So
right, and he has monster games fairly often too. He does raise a good point though about McDonald. Like McDonald has been surprisingly the safety to own on the Dolphins this year.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess one thing about Woodyard, and Gary actually has him as a relatively weak play this week. And it's probably a good point because the Jets are not a good offensive team. I don't necessarily know who's going to be starting at quarterback, but they just aren't going to run a ton of plays, which is another key factor in IDP is how many plays does the offense you're facing run. And the Jets just aren't a good offensive team. So I still think Woodyard is an okay play. I just wouldn't expect monster numbers because there's just not going to be that many offensive plays in this game. It's actually going to probably be a defensive game, but that is not good for IDP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So Chess 1200 says that there's a Hunt interview going on right now. Did they?
Yeah, it's on ESPN.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there, but I know Sam doesn't want to get into it too much, but, you know, the big news of the week, Kareem Hunt, awful video, quick release from the team. So.
Yep.
Yeah, well, forget him. Let's talk about Spencer Ware. Sam, what are your thoughts on him? Is he like a end of tier 1 running back? Is he tier 2 guy? What do you think the rest of the season going forward here?
Yeah, well, so I think Hunt's more talented, but Ware showed us what he can do as the top running back on this team. I mean, and that was with Alex Smith in a worse offense. He had 1,500 yards from scrimmage. So I think he steps in and he does fine. I think he's a top end, like you said, top end RB2, low end RB1 the rest of the season. One thing for dynasty purposes, and if anybody cares, is that his value while shooting up is still relatively low. He's a free agent next year. It seems like now it's true. The Kansas City Chiefs will be searching for a running back, whether that be re-signing Hunt for a cheaper contract or looking at somebody like Le'Veon Bell. But that's just another team out there looking for a running back. And Spencer Ware can sign somewhere and actually be a decent option in this landscape because it seems to show that and there's been a lot of cases of this, that you don't need a superstar running back to be successful. So I would be buying Hunt any way I could. Maybe not right now because his value has shot up, but he could be very valuable next year.
Yeah, this draft is gonna have a lot of decent running backs too. Like, so, they could just draft someone. So.
So we got a question here from IDP Ranger: Jordan Whitehead, John Johnson, Kevin Byard, Justin Simmons, TJ McDonald. Start 2.
I would go definitely McDonald. I don't know about Simmons this week. They're playing Cincy, right?
Good question.
Yes, they are. But AJ Green's back. But Jeff Driscoll's in there as quarterback.
Right,
so
right. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't love it.
Yeah, the offensive shenanigans is going to be in full effect. I don't know how many plays they run. I think Denver just kind of owns that game, owns time of possession, and just slowly chokes them to death.
So McDonald seems to be a strong start, according to Gary.
Yep.
What were the other two? John Johnson, Simmons. I definitely wouldn't do Simmons.
Right.
Simmons is an okay start if he's your option, but he's your only option, but he's not here. Sorry, what were the other two?
Whitehead, I'd say, if Evans is in play, sure. Johnson might be a decent one. Lions are gonna have to throw a lot today.
Yeah. True. And they may be doubling Galladay, who's going to get a ton of volume. So he's actually according to Gary, he's a solid start. I think John Johnson would be the way to go, and McDonald.
Yeah, you can't sit McDonald at this point. He's just been too goddamn hot.
Here, I'll say this. I would do John Johnson if you need a consistent, steady play.
Right.
If you need a home run play, I would do Kevin Byard.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, from the internets, Michael Chernesky at 99-yard pass, 2 defensive back league. He's got Jamal Adams, which is a must start. Needs a second. Has Jenkins, Eddie Jackson, KZ, Buda Baker, TJ McDonald, Jerron Reed, and Trey Boston. Should he stick with Jenkins?
Jenkins is safe. Yeah, Jenkins is safe. But if you need a home run ball, I'm going Buda Baker there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it's hard to gauge what you do against the Arizona Cardinals. They've actually been very good against the pass, been very poor against the run, but that means more tackle opportunities for those safeties. So, that's tough. I think I agree with Johnny though that Buda Baker's kind of the home run play, and Jenkins is the solid floor play.
Floor play?
Yes. But let me look at. So Gary has all Cardinal safeties as solid plays, and then for the Eagles, he has Jenkins as a solid play. But I think.
Sam?
Do we just lose him?
I fucking hate this today. Just want to go back to bed. Oh. Did we get you back, Sam?
Yep. I don't know what's going on there.
No, that's all right. You're back. Just start over with Jenkins again.
Sorry. So Jenkins, according to Gary's charts, is a solid play, but I think we knew that. So I agree with Johnny. It's Buda Baker as the home run play, with the Packers throwing a little bit more, but they also have Aaron Jones as that running back, so he can get some touchdowns, some tackles. So yeah, I think it's between those two. So depending on what you need, it's going to be Buda Baker home run, Jenkins solid floor.
Nice. So Chess 1200, he's got a couple guys he's asking about here for dynasty stashes. These are linebackers. There's Tay Davis, Giants, Sky Moore, Colts, and Jason Kabinda, Raiders. Well, what do you guys? Any of these guys on your radar?
I mean,
next year.
I love Sky Moore. I think I did one of my first rookie watch articles on Sky Moore.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can replace Anthony Walker, but the Colts seem to be very high on Anthony Walker.
Mm.
The other two I don't know enough about.
Yeah.
Yep. I yes, agree with that completely. And Sky Moore has just been the bane of my existence this year because he won't leave Anthony Walker's snap count alone.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about him. I think he'll own that job eventually, just not this season. And the other two, I have no clue.
Yeah, we're not going to try and bullshit you.
I think Sky Moore's a decent stash on deep benches just in case Anthony Walker gets hurt, and he's been hurt not this season but the previous 2 seasons. And I think if he gets hurt and Sky Moore gets in there, I do think that he takes over that job, which I think is fairly valuable right now.
Yep. So as talking about Giants linebackers, they just got Alec Ogletree, so he's under contract. Is there anyone that might be in that could lose their job? They got BJ Goodson there too,
which I don't think he's losing his.
Yeah. They're running 3-4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's 2 other guys. I'm trying to remember who else is over there. Olivier Vernon.
Yep, he's your outside. So
that's one more spot.
It looks like Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah, that's it. There we go. So,
but
any of those guys able?
Here's actually on Tay Davis. He's actually played 49% and 58% of the snaps the last 2 weeks, and he played 62% in week 9. So he's actually getting some snaps, and he's actually taking snaps away from BJ Goodson, believe it or not.
Interesting. Okay. So there might be something to that if you've got the spot to just stash the guy.
Right. Yeah.
We're at the end of the year, pretty much. Playoffs coming. If you've missed playoffs and you just need something to hopefully stick for next year, I don't see why not. And Oakland's linebackers, man, who the fuck knows what's going to happen next year? I mean, going into this year, we didn't really know what was going to go on. So that's, shot in the dark, in my opinion. I don't know enough about Jason Cabinda. But to follow up on the Michael Chernesky, he asked about Baker's snap count coming off of injury. He says, thanks, guys. Are you not worried about Baker's snap count coming off injury?
No, not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
He's been close to playing the last couple of weeks, and they haven't played him because they want him like completely 100%. So
and with Josh Bynes out, I mean, they play a lot of 3 safety sets anyway. So I think with their best linebacker out, I have to imagine they'll play Baker a lot.
Gotcha. Cool. Chess 1200, Carl Joseph in Oakland and Jabril Peppers, Cleveland. Is that or? I guess rank them. Carl Joseph and Jabril Peppers. Who do you like better than the other?
Carl Joseph.
For this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a throwing team that just lost their best running back. Now, I think Ware's still a decent play, but you're still going to be throwing a decent amount. The Chiefs are. So I think Carl Joseph's the play there.
Yep.
Where'd Johnny go? Johnny, what's going on, buddy?
I'm right here. I'm just retweeting shit. These groups get so fucking stacked up with shit.
Yeah. And it doesn't help when they're yelling at you while you're live to hit their shit. IDP Ranger, Burfict versus Denver, or Aluakun versus Baltimore?
Perfect. Yeah, I love Oluokun, but with Deion Jones back, you just don't know what he's going to do at the weak side. We don't know. I think he's overtaken Riley in terms of snaps. I think he's overtaken him in terms of the starting position, but you still just don't know what it's going to be like next to Deion Jones this week.
GH Dog asks, is linebacker Darius Leonard playing?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Was he
I haven't heard anything.
Check the inactives. They just dropped.
They did?
It's 11:36.
Well, they dropped between 11:30 and 12.
Mm-hmm.
So they could be there. Did your phone start blowing up yet for Yahoo?
Oh, he is. He is questionable for the week.
Yeah, there's nothing left. Nothing up yet. We've got one. I think we got the Dolphins game.
Well, so it looks like he practiced in full on Friday, so I can't imagine he's going to sit.
Yeah. The only inactives I got right now is for the Bills, and no one relevant is on it. Chess 1200 is asking if Vigil is back.
From what I saw, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this says week 14. Maybe the stupid CBS.
What are you?
It says Nick Vigil set for week 14 return.
Okay.
But he was back at practice this week, so I don't.
Right, and there wasn't a Q next to him last time I saw.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the drop. I think CBS got that wrong.
Yeah, I'm waiting. The official inactives from NFL.com have not been posted. So if there's other resources that are sending out inactives, then that is one thing. But I like to go to the source.
Nick Vigil returned to practice this week, or AJ Green and Nick Vigil returned to practice this week, and were full participants Friday. So I think he's a go this week, and I think he's a great start this week. Gary actually doesn't, believe it or not, but I think the Broncos are going. He says that all three of the linebackers are weak starts, but I think the Broncos are going to be running a lot this week, and that just means a lot of tackle opportunities for those linebackers. But I think Vigil and Burfict are actually solid starts this week. So I'm going to go against the grain, even though I was warned not to go against not to go against Gary. I'm going against Gary.
Yeah, we John and I went against Gary early in the season, and his charts won. So that is something that's happened before, but you never know.
Oh, it looks like Trubisky's out today.
Oh man.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't even think he threw this week.
And Aqib Talib is starting today. Wow.
God, that's crazy to me.
This is true.
He's not. I don't think he's going to be overly effective this week.
I don't think the Lions are going to be overly effective on offense this week. So.
Well, but I think that they're just going to throw 20 targets to Kenny Golladay.
Who else is there to even throw to? I mean, that could.
I don't mind. I don't mind Bruce Ellington.
I mean, yeah, he's. I mean, he's no Golden Tate, but
no.
I just don't see, unless there's like a complete meltdown, like a Saints meltdown from the Rams. I don't see the Lions being able to do much this week, just because they've done little against worse teams.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, at least you're starting to be realistic now after your whole 16-0 prediction last season. You're starting to be more realistic about your Lions.
Yeah, well, wait till next year. The rose-colored glasses will be back. I guarantee it. So TBE Rec Z11 asks Winston or Rodgers because there's snow in Green Bay.
Winston.
Winston. There it is.
Yeah, I would have done Winston ahead of Rodgers anyway.
Oh.
Against Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Very true. All right, guys, so make sure you're getting your start-sit questions in. We might wrap this up early because this is a very high-energy episode today. I think John's falling asleep.
No.
And we have so many questions. So many questions.
Looks like Buda Baker's completely fine.
Cool. We want to give a shout out to the F3 Pod. They do a live stream at 9 on Sundays. They usually give us a shout out. That's where we send our offensive questions for the most part. Today we're taking them because, we've gotten so many questions that, we just needed to stay on the air. And we got Sam here too. He's part of the F3 crew. And the F Fantasy Football Authority and the FF Statistics crew.
I joined I joined FF Statistics this week.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, honestly. I mean, Edison is kind of in all the groups, so he pulls the best. Seems to pull the best writers and talent. So,
did you just give me a compliment there?
I guess I did, backhanded, didn't I?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, well, apparently we're just going to start taking offensive questions while I'm on here.
Yeah. Here's another one. Need 2 running backs in PPR. Cook, White, Michelle, and Breida.
Probably Cook and Breida for me.
There you go. But yeah, the F3 Pod at F3 Pod on Twitter, or the FF franchise. What is their URL?
The FFfranchise.com.
Okay, yeah, the FFfranchise.com. Check out their articles. They put on a great podcast as well. They're funny. We had Tyler Gee on our last episode, so make sure you're. What the fuck, cat?
She's crawling into your asshole.
Yeah, who's trying to get some booty?
Let me check your asshole, sir. Sir, I need to check your asshole.
So they are a less flavorful colored language podcast.
Flavorful.
Flavor
I think
country.
you got that one
right. But they are still funny.
Gary just joined. Hey, Gary, I went against some of your easy start sit charts. You better yell at me.
Oh Jesus Christ.
I'm sure Gary's been waiting and shit and just wanted to hear that.
Yeah. Gary, you're wrong. I'm not going to say that.
Oh, Gary says, get the dirty O out of here.
Anything else popping up?
That was literally it.
Yeah.
This chat's so active. So many things. So let's see. Check out our show, the IDP Guys, every Tuesday during the season. We go through offensive and IDP waivers. We usually have a good guest on, talk about a lot of different great things. Chess 1200, Hayward or Clark? Green Bay.
I like Frank the Freak, man. He's been awesome all year.
Yeah, he has. And I'm hoping, God, I don't know what's going on with the Cardinals offense. I'm hoping that they get, again, back to DJ, which will give him more tackle opportunities.
Yep. Nice. Check out our website, idpguys.org. We put out a lot of content. Sam here is one of our more prolific writers, along with Johnny puts out a weekly 5-part waiver article and a start sits. They came out today. We also got Joseph Hagan. He is now Joey the Tooth. Like I said, I think last week or the week before, we're starting to get this mobster feel with our names on Twitter, our nicknames here. So it's interesting. But
what would your mob nickname be? Nate the Watery Poop.
Yeah, maybe.
On Joey though, I think he's very underfollowed.
Yeah,
he is extremely intelligent when it comes to IDP, and he just put out a playoff guide, I guess.
Yeah,
guys that you need to pick up for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Follow him, and because he's brilliant when it comes. I mean, I'm sure he's brilliant when it comes to offensive side too, but he's very, very good when it comes to defensive side. So follow him as he puts out like 2,000 articles a week or whatever.
Yeah, he hit 15 this month. That was pretty awesome. I was glad to bring him on board, if for that prolific of amount of content. Yeah, that players for the playoff push article, I think he goes through 5 players at each position. And so that's defensive back.
Gary.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Gary.
So DET2VA asks, which 3 linebackers? Deion Jones, Littleton, Schobert, or Jarvis Brown? So drop one. Maybe not drop, but
Jarvis Brown, huh?
Yeah.
Jatavis Brown.
Oh, yeah, it'd be Jatavis. He wrote. I just read what he wrote.
Yeah, gotcha.
I think I'm gonna go against Gary's guy here in his first game back. So, I don't know what you're gonna get from Deion Jones this week.
Yeah, that might be the smart way to do it. From everything I've read, he's supposed to be full work, but who knows.
Yeah. Well, and that defense as a whole hasn't been great, and I think that in part is due to Deion Jones being out, but those other 3 you're getting or very good linebackers, productive linebackers in those other 3. So even if you do sit Deion Jones, I think you're still going to get a decent games from all the other 3 this week.
Nice. Fotis 4703. Hey guys. Gotta pick 2 to start. A day, Biard, Gathers, Whitehead.
Again, I think this is a Whitehead if Evans is out.
Hold on. Evans is playing.
Okay, so I'm not going Whitehead. Probably a day because I think Pittsburgh's going to throw a lot. And then, Biard's kind of the home run hit. I don't know how has Gathers been playing.
Good. It's just his only issue is he could, stub his toe on the first play, and that's it for him.
True.
Let me look at Gary's charts real quick. Yeah, it says Chargers are all strong starts for their secondary. And they're going to be throwing a lot. They have Brown, they have Juju. So I think they're going to be throwing a decent amount against the Steelers are going to be throwing a decent amount against the Chargers. So I think he's going to get a day is going to get a lot of opportunities. And then, like we said, Biard's kind of a home run hitter. Depends on what you need. I think it's if you need a floor, and a day if you need a ceiling. I don't know if that's what you think, Johnny.
Yeah. I think Gathers will definitely get you something. And I'm really looking forward to that game. Is that the night game tonight, the Pittsburgh Chargers?
Yeah.
That's going to be fucking awesome. Yeah, I think that's an ideal matchup, but Gathers is probably safer. I've got it looks like the inactives are pretty much all up here now. If we want to get to those in a second.
Yeah, I can run through it here shortly. Before we do, though, we got a couple more questions here. Roscoe15068, he asks us to recommend a good cornerback with a great matchup. He says Fuller is available with Kansas City.
Go get Fuller.
Yeah.
Listen, Fuller is a great IDP corner for a couple of reasons. The biggest one being just the way the Chiefs play offense. They will put you in a hole immediately, and you will have to throw the entire game. And everyone's going to target Kendall Fuller because he's the, quote, worst, unquote, cornerback on that team. So he will get easy pass breakups and tackles every single game. So yeah, definitely grab him.
Nice. Anything to say, Sam?
I don't know if I wholly agree with that.
Well, it's not the greatest matchup with Oakland. What else is there for streamers this week? Let me see what we got. Just in general.
Well, and the other thing is, Fuller is their best cornerback. He's one of the top slot corners in the league. You have Seth Roberts, and then maybe Jordy. I don't know if Jordy's alive anymore. So I think what you're looking at is probably Cook and Jalen Richard getting most of the work in that pass game. So I just don't know if Fuller's going to get targeted enough to make plays.
Yeah, this isn't a great game for him. What about if Desmond King's available? That's a solid.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For this night, yeah, for today, yeah.
For the Steelers, absolutely. If you have if Desmond King's available, that would be an awesome streamer.
Right, and if not him, go Trey Waynes against the Patriots. That could be good too.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that one depends on. It doesn't really matter. I mean, but Xavier Rhodes has been nursing a hamstring too, so.
There might be a couple others. Hang on here. For the Bucks, maybe this is kind of like if everyone's taken in your league. Ryan Smith, I think is his name, because Brent Grimes is not playing today, so. I think it's Ryan Smith. He's a corner on the Bucks that's semi-decent.
In that same game, you can probably target a couple of the Panthers cornerbacks because they're going to be the Bucks are going to be throwing a lot too. That's going to be a high-scoring game.
Right. If you can get James Bradbury, that's ideal. If not, Captain Munnerlyn or whatever would be decent too. So those are probably a couple good ones too.
Nice. So Roscoe comes back with pick 2, Rashad Jones, KZ, Boston, or McDougald.
I would go Boston McDougald.
Yeah, I definitely want McDougald. Who are the Falcons playing?
The Baltimore Ravens, and I just don't think he's going to get enough work.
Nope, definitely not. Lamar can't throw, really. Yeah.
He can throw. They just don't apparently want him to throw for some reason.
Yeah. They're going to get him killed. That's what they're going to do.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I plus Deion Jones is there. I just don't think KZ is going to get a ton of work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with Sam there. Definitely.
Cool. So, on to a more interesting question here. Chess 1200. John, who's your top 4 in college football?
Oh, just like for the college title or championships or whatever.
Yeah, he also asked, does OSU jump Oklahoma?
It's a great question. I think it's pretty much the chalk that everyone else has. It's going to be Clemson, Notre Dame, Alabama, and probably Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I'd like to see Ohio State there because I don't mind. I like watching them, and Gary deserves a little happiness
after all the shit he's been taking the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, the puns.
Oh, yeah. But they'll put Oklahoma in there because with that offense, they've got a shot. How much of one? I don't know. That Alabama team is pretty good. But that's the one I'll go with. That's not what I wanted. I wanted Clemson not in there. I can't stand Dabo Swinney. He's a douchebag. But yeah, I think that's what we'll end up with. What do you think, Sam? You watch any college ball?
Not really, but
you missed a hell of an Alabama game yesterday. It was incredible. Incredible. Tua Tagovailoa, however you say his name, all year been playing great. Hurts his foot. Jalen Hurts, who got benched, comes in and saves the game, brings them back and wins it. It was incredible. It was crazy.
You know what? I want to hear Gary pronounce that guy's last name.
Yeah.
I think that'd be funny.
It's definitely not an easy last name.
No. So, Fotis 4703, Cunningham or Bernardrick McKinney?
That is a great question.
Yes, it is.
I like Cunningham better in general, but McKinney's been better lately.
Well, which one has been injured? Cunningham has.
Yeah, Cunningham was injured. He just got back like last week, I think.
Let's consult Gary's charts here.
Mm-hmm.
You said both are solid. That doesn't help me, Gary. Yeah, let me look up their stats real quick. McKinney. What an awesome name, Bernardrick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I like Cunningham just a little bit better, just for in general. Better prospect, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean McKinney's got 80 combined tackles this season. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I think McKinney's got a decent floor. It looks like the lowest tackles he's had this season is 5. And he's one to get more sacks, I believe. Well, yeah, and then Cunningham definitely has a ceiling too. There was a 3-game stretch where he had double-digit tackles. The lowest besides the game that he got injured in for tackles has been 6. So I honestly don't think you're going to go wrong either way. It seems like McKinney's more of the pass rusher and Cunningham's more of the pass defender. So again, don't think you can go wrong. I would probably go with Johnny though. Say Cunningham at second game back off of injury, probably going to get 6+ tackles.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's run through the inactives real quick. So we're going to start off with the Ravens. Tony Jefferson is inactive. Alex Collins is active. I thought he went on IR.
He is on IR.
Okay. Interesting.
So he's inactive.
No, it says active.
Oh, well, he's on IR, so whatever.
Yeah, it was very confusing. Wouldn't know why he would be on there. Atlanta Falcons, no one. I can't see it. Giorgio Tavecchio, but kicker. That's it. Carolina Panthers, nobody relevant. Tampa Bay Bucks, Brent Grimes is inactive, cornerback. Chicago Bears, no one relevant. Giants, Lorenzo Carter is inactive. BJ Goodson is inactive.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Buffalo Bills, no one relevant. Miami Dolphins, no one relevant. Colts, no one relevant. Jaguars.
So that means Leonard is playing.
Yeah, Leonard's in. So,
okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars, no one relevant. Browns, no one relevant. Texans, no one relevant. I don't see anyone there. Broncos, Brandon Marshall is inactive. The interior linebacker there. Bengals, no one relevant. AJ Green is active.
Vigil's active then too.
Yeah. Rams, no one relevant. Lions, Kerry Hyder's inactive but hasn't been doing anything anyways. That's it. Cardinals, no one relevant. Packers, Kentrell Bryce, has he been much of anything? Strong safety there?
No, he's terrible.
Gotcha.
He's been awful.
So that's it. That's all the inactives. We're gonna figure out a better way of going through those, and showing, giving that to you guys.
By the way, now that we're on the subject, looks like Stefon Diggs is a game time decision. Yeah. Not that it matters for this stream, but just be aware for your lineups that Stefon Diggs may not play today.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Would you do Josh Reynolds or Ellington?
Ellington floor. Yeah, Ellington floor, Reynolds ceiling.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think Ellington can get you a double-digit game in PPR. I'm assuming PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he can get you because he's had 6 catches the last 2 weeks, and not for very many yards. But if you get 6 catches for 40 yards, you got 10 points right there. And then if he gets a touchdown somehow, then you got a borderline week wide receiver 1 week. So I would definitely do Ellington floor.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, so this will be the last call for questions. Get those in real quick. We're going to end the stream here shortly. Just got our own matchups or our own rosters to set and stuff. So, anything, Sam? Great having you on again.
Hopefully, hey man, I'm always happy to join you guys.
Yeah. Make sure you're checking out Sam's articles on the IDP guys. Are you still writing for F3 Pod?
Kind of. I haven't been doing in-season content for them. I'll probably do some off-season content.
Yeah. The Fantasy Authority, I believe you're writing your weekly start sits there.
Yep, 76% last week.
Nice.
There we go.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. And now you're part of the FF Statistics family. So.
Yep. So we're gonna start building the Dynasty stuff there, Dynasty content there. So that's what I'm a part of.
Nice. There you go. And a future project yet to be named and announced by us in the coming end of the month, probably. So
yep,
there is that too.
I'm trying to be Ryan McDowell. Apparently,
does he do everything? I don't.
Oh yeah, he's on like 5 podcasts. He hosts 5 podcasts. He's got he runs the DLF mock drafts. It's crazy.
Interesting. Very good. Gary says Josh Reynolds.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what, Gary? I get it now because you're trying to be contrarian because I was trying to be contrarian. Okay, stay in your lane, Gary.
There we go. But alrighty, with that, make sure you're following us on Twitter at IDP Guys. Individually, I am at Nate Cheat. John is at OrangeMan3142, and Sam is at FF Stompy. If you like the show, you like the stream, definitely check out our regular podcast. You can go to the idpguys.org. On the sidebar, there is a button for iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and an RSS feed so that you can get the show in the podcatcher of your choice. If you would like to help us out, please donate on Patreon, patreon.com/idpguys. Tons of great rewards and benefits for being a donor. We are setting up a huge fantasy football tournament next year. We offer access to our Discord channel. We've got a private Discord channel and free T-shirts. Honestly, after a few months of sponsorship. So also remember this show is every Sunday. We stream at 11 o'clock. Hopefully next week we will have Gary back. I know he's really wanting to be here, especially with what is keeping him busy at the moment. Isn't the do I end with a pun here? The cleanest?
Yep.
The cleanest. The most anti-E. coli. But with that, thanks everyone. Good luck today and enjoy the football because, man, it's over. It's more than halfway over, and pretty soon we'll be itching for that Sunday morning football again. I'm not looking forward to that.
Big week, last week of the regular season for fantasy football.
Yeah. Last week. Yep. So, good luck, everyone.
Yep. Good luck.